Hey guys, we're here today. Going to talk about the Conor McGregor Khabib fight coming up this Saturday at 12:30 early Sunday morning. This is the fight that everyone is talking about around the world. This is the biggest fight in UFC history. Conor McGregor is coming back from a 2-year layoff to come face the world champion in Khabib in the UFC. So this is going to be a crazy fight. Everyone's looking forward to it, and we're here today just to discuss what we think and what we think is going to happen. I'm joined by Braden and Cameron Barrington. They're going to help me discuss it, and we're going to get our thoughts on everything we think that's going to go down in the fight. It's going to be a really fun one. Everyone's going to be watching, and we're just going to see what's happening. So Conor McGregor comes into this fight with, Khabib has taken his belt, literally, and he's been gone for 2 years. Ever since he faced Mayweather in his fight, he's made $100 million plus. There was really no reason for him to even come back and fight, but some stuff happened off the octagon, man, and it's just like Khabib supposedly slapped one of his best friends in Russia and led him. And Conor found out about it, and he came back and was not happy with him. So Conor is just out for revenge right now, man. He's going crazy. So, Cameron, what do you think of the fight, man?
I think it's going to be a brawl for sure. There's two great fighters going at it. I don't think it's going to be any quick match. It's going to go down to the end. Yeah. And with both their mindsets. They're both obviously two complete different guys. McGregor's the talker. Khabib's just chilling on the side.
It's really interesting, man. We got two guys that are polar opposites fighting.
You can take in McGregor's entire track history, but he's got something driving him this time. He's got a vendetta. He's got something to prove.
For sure.
He's coming back to the fight game, bro. First of all, the guy Khabib Nurmagomedov took his belt, which he is not happy about at all. He's
livid.
He is not happy about that. And the interesting thing about this fight is we got two polar opposites. Conor wants to beat you standing up. Conor is a knockout artist. Exactly. That's what he does. He knocks out people. And Khabib wants to take you to the ground, and he wants to maul you, bro. He wants to really maul you. And we've never seen Conor outside of maybe Nate Diaz taking him down and eventually tapping him. That's the only time we've really seen. Conor's no slouch on the ground either. This man's bringing in the top guys. He's bringing in the top guys to
you
wrestle.
guarantee
his training is insane right now.
He's working it right now on the ground. He's not
game.
Gonna.
It's not in. We can't take him lightly on the ground game. Everyone thinks he's going to come in, and if he gets taken down by Khabib, it's over. It's not, bro. He's got what I've heard. He's got the most experienced, the all-star cast of wrestling coming into his camp and training with him just for this Khabib fight.
And even if he does get taken down, it's not going to stay on the ground. If he can spend some time on his feet, he's going to put in some good hits.
I'm sure that's what he's going to try to do too. That's what they're training for. Is once you get to the ground, you need to find a way to get back up as soon as possible.
And the interesting thing is this fight, all fights start standing up. And Conor's already at an advantage. This man we're talking about the knockout artist of the UFC.
He has a very unique fighting style, very specific to him. Not many people can imitate his way of fighting. It's very unpredictable and very, very it's very aggressive.
He plays such mind games coming into the fight, man, that you're just already you're already kind of taken out of the fight. Honestly, when starts,
you can't step in the ring with him and not know the danger that's in front of you.
Jose Aldo, bro, this is a perfect example. This man has never lost in 10 years. One of the best UFC fighters in history. Conor plays a mind game with him the whole time. Press conference, through every single thing. He comes in there hating Conor. Conor knocks him out one punch. One punch. He's gone in one punch, brother. We're talking about a guy who hasn't lost in 10 years. But the thing that I've seen with Khabib is Khabib's not letting it get to him as much.
No, he's
humble
relaxed.
guy. Yeah, they're totally polar opposites. I mean, Conor's not fighting for money. He's just fighting
because he wants that belt. He has that
the love of the sport, bro. He's coming back. I mean, this man is. We're talking about a superstar. This man's one of the. I mean, this man is the like highest paid, one of the highest paid athletes, one of the best known athletes. I mean, this man's a superstar. With Khabib, humble guy, family guy, which I'm not saying Conor's not, but we all know Conor's about the flash, the money, and the family. Obviously, with Khabib tackling one of his guys, he's going to come back in the bus incident where he threw the dolly through the bus, man. God, it's going to be a good one this Saturday, bro. Oh, my gosh. I cannot wait for this Saturday.
It's going to be intense.
Yes, bro.
Seeing them go at it, and I'm gonna take Conor's side when it comes to this fight. I mean, Khabib's a great fighter.
Yeah.
And he's shown it.
Yeah,
Conor,
for sure.
You also have to take it's a kind of a unique thing, and I think it's a very unique thing for Conor in particular. Is Conor's not just fighting for himself; he's fighting for the entirety of Ireland. Ireland's
going to come up big, bro. Sure.
He's fighting for his country. It's not just
when Khabib hears all these Ireland people, it's going to get in his head. It has to. It has to get in his head. It does other guys. Other guys that Conor's faced, the country of Ireland literally shows up. And
it's intense.
It's a different thing. And the thing about it is, okay, Khabib's, was he 26-0? 26-0. Conor's like 21-3, I think. But look at Conor's body of work. Conor's going against Eddie Alvarez, Jose Aldo, Nate Diaz. I mean, these guys are like one of the top in the sport.
These guys are the top dogs.
I'm not trying to be biased towards Conor. I mean, I'm picking Conor in the fight
for sure.
Just because every fight starts standing up, and he's the king of stand up fights. Mm-hmm. And
has he ever lost back to back?
No, never. And this man, we're talking about a guy who will come in at any time and fight. Exactly. Doesn't back out. Khabib's already backed out in a couple of fights. Conor's never backed out, but Conor's body of work is a lot larger than Khabib's. Khabib's undefeated. Khabib's got it. I mean, he's never lost a round in the UFC.
He's got something to fight for.
He's definitely got. He's got something. Okay. If Khabib beats Conor, then this is. I mean, Khabib will be. I don't know, man. He will be bigger than. He'll be the top thing in the UFC.
For sure.
I mean, he already is right now because Conor's hasn't been fighting in 2 years. But
he's gonna take the throne for sure.
That's the
debate. And two great fighters.
And if Conor wins, man, I mean, there's not. I don't even know if you can go up from here for Conor. I mean, he's already one of the most famous athletes in the world. So it's like
exactly.
Even if I feel like personally, this won't be the last time we see either of them.
No. Conor's agreed to a six fight deal with the UFC.
Because I mean, between these two, at least, I from my understanding, my like fair of any competition or fighting is, if you lose, you take that opportunity, you humble yourself, you respect them. They were better than you this time. For sure. Conor's gonna come back. He's gonna train even harder. He's gonna come back.
I think we'll get the best Conor McGregor in this fight.
I mean, that's what we did. That's
the best Conor McGregor.
That's what you saw with Mayweather. He was all that talk before. Mayweather did his thing and ended up on top. And McGregor was all respect. He was all respect.
Conor talks a big game before the fight, and that's all.
And I saw. The thing is, he backs it up.
Yeah, he does usually. He usually delivers. But through all of that, these men are all they're athletes. They have a respect for each other.
Oh yeah, dude.
And when Conor in his few times he's lost, he admits he got the best of me.
That's just part of the game.
Yep. Especially when you're in the fight game. I mean, the fight game, you better have you're going to get respect either way because you're actually taking a man's will.
If you don't respect the man who's about to punch you in the face, you've already lost the fight. You have to acknowledge what they've trained for, how good they are. You just got to be better.
This fight is going to be so big, man. I'm hearing it's going over 3 million pay-per-view buys.
I bet.
That's more than Maymac, which is Mayweather McGregor, which was at 2 million. So, I mean, I'm excited. I can't wait for this Saturday night, bro. It's going to be all over the world, bro, and it's going to be a fun fight. We got two guys, polar opposites, and one guy is a stand-up knockout artist, and one guy wants to take you to the ground and maul you to death, and it's going to be a great one, man. I can't wait.
It's going to be a back-and-forth battle, and it's going to come down to the end. I'm saying that now. I'm calling it. It's coming down to the end. It's not going to be any quick match here. They're going to go at it. I don't know. They're going to keep going.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think if something does happen, Conor might get the better of him in the first round. It's going to put us. The first round is going to set a tone for the rest of the match.
The thing that scares me for Khabib is it's stand up. It's the first thing you do when you fight in the UFC. You're standing up. Yeah. That's where
Conor's fast.
That's his game.
He's not easy to get on the ground.
No, not at all.
Well, he's still a UFC fighter now, so it's not like he can't stand up as well. But I think Khabib's gonna have some fight behind him. Khabib's gonna have his
hands full. If he stands up, he's losing the fight.
That's true. So he's gonna work to what he can do. But
Khabib's thing is all about wrestling. He's a wrestler. His stand up is light years away from Conor. Conor's stand up is magnificent. Khabib is wild. Yeah. When he's throwing punches, it kind of looks like a guy from the street. You know, I mean, it's not. You're talking about night and day stand up, but if Khabib gets Conor on the ground, it's not going to look good for Conor at all.
At all.
But I think Conor could overcome. Yeah, Conor could overcome it. But Khabib, that's all he trains for is wrestling. That's not all he trains for, but that's his specialty. Just like Conor is a knockout artist, he stands up. He wants to get you up and knock you out with his left hand. So, dude, we got two polar opposite guys fighting for the title. What else can you ask for, man? This is going to be one of the biggest fights. This is the biggest fight in the UFC, and this might be one of the biggest fights in the world. So, we'll all be tuning in Saturday.
For sure. See how it ends up.
And I know me and you were intending on doing a after fight analysis. Have a little bit of talk about, how the fight actually went and see who delivers.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have a after the fight podcast, letting everyone know our thoughts and how we thought it went, and
see who was right.
Yeah, basically.
See who was right.
I got Conor actually because I think it's gonna be. You think it's going to be a total war, right?
For sure.
I mean, I do think that, but I think
even Conor
with a lot of other people are going the route like it's going to be quick because it's either Conor knocks you out or Khabib gets Conor on the ground early, and it could be over quick. I don't know. I think
I don't want to put too much weight. I think Conor's groundwork is definitely. He's been putting work in.
It can't be overlooked. Like I said earlier. He's had the top guys in the world come into his camp and train him up.
So I wouldn't put too many cards on the groundwork being easy. I think it's going to be an uphill battle for him because he's been known to have kind of a weak ground game, but he's been working it, and I think definitely if this does go to the ground, I think Conor still has a pretty good fighting chance down there.
Yeah, I mean. If it goes to the ground, that's why I got Conor. All right, the fighters are starting standing up. Conor's, that's what he does. And Conor, we don't know how good Conor is we know Khabib, that's what he does, is wanting to maul you and wrestle you on the ground, take you down early.
That's his game.
His game.
We know he's good at it.
But we don't know Conor. Conor could be freaky good, Conor could be insane. At wrestling, we don't know. I've heard from his camp has had the top guys in the world come in and train him, so he's got to be good.
And it could be the complete opposite as well. He could.
What do you mean, Khabib
thinks he's ready for Khabib's ground game and ends up not being anywhere near close to what Khabib's strategy is down on the ground.
Yeah, the reason
that's why I think it's gonna go the distance. I think it's gonna be. Not just
I hope it does. I hope it does go the distance. And if it does, it'll be worth the money. It's already worth the money.
It's already worth the money, exactly. So
it'll be a fun one.
If you see it all the way to the end, that'll make it the best fight that we've ever seen.
I can't wait, and it's going to be crazy because I heard the Russians are coming.
Everybody's coming.
Ireland's gonna be there, and that's bad blood.
That is.
And I heard earlier by one of the members of the UFC, he doesn't know if he wants to go because some bad blood could break out in the crowd. I mean, it's gonna be an all-out war.
It's gonna be a
Saturday
war.
night.
And you know they all like to talk.
I can't, dude. This is, oh man, this is gonna be great.
I think
Exciting.
I hope, and it might just be my sentiment, is they'll let it settle in the octagon. I hope that the crowd, as patriotic as they are, and that these men are truly representing their country, and especially true for Conor, since I mean Ireland doesn't have a great track history as far as other athletic departments, but Conor's made a name for himself. He is the Irish fighter.
King of Ireland, bro. Everyone knows Conor. Conor is like immortalized in Ireland. I mean, Ireland's gonna show up, and it's gonna be crazy, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for the fight. I know Conor signed a 6-fight deal, the UFC. So he's obviously coming back after this fight. But man, this is legacy on the line for both these guys. Because Conor wins. I mean, he's already kind of immortalized in the UFC.
He's already got his belt.
Man's won 2 belts simultaneously, holding two weight classes. But the reason he's coming back for this fight is because Khabib took one of his weight classes because Dana said we have to move on because they didn't know if Conor was coming back.
Exactly.
Conor made $100 million during the Mayweather fight, so he had no point in coming back. But he's coming back for the love of the game and the bad blood against Khabib. And man, I just can't wait to watch it.
For sure,
it's gonna be great.
I think that about sums it up for us. I think it's time for us to kind of just see what happens. Be sure to come on back and check out our after.
We'll be back for the after fight podcast and let everyone know our thoughts on the fight, man. It's gonna be a great one. It's gonna be one for the books, man. And we'll be back talking about it and make sure everyone tunes in. And hope everyone enjoys the fight. And can't wait till Saturday night, man. Khabib versus McGregor. It's going to be a great one.
Alrighty. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time.